There's an old proverb that says, a watched pot will never boil. Unless, of course, Chuck Norris is watching the pot, and then the pot will boil immediately. The Apostle Paul was writing some folks in a place called Corinth, and this is what he wrote to them. He said, if I can speak with the tongues of men and angels, but I don't have love, then my words, what I'm saying, what I'm speaking, they're going to sound like a banging, clanging gong or cymbal. In other words, you can be the most spiritual dude in the world, the most spiritual dudette in the world. You can have a great podcast on religion. You can vote for the candidate with the most Christian sounding answers. You can put the best Bible verse memes all over social media, but without love, your religion will be loud and annoying and phony and empty. Paul went on to say this. He said, of all the most important things in the world, 3 of them are more important than the rest. And he said those 3 are faith, hope, and love. But then he said this, but the greatest of those is love. The greatest is love. Think about it this way. Imagine your opinion right now on everything that's going on in the world ends up being right. But you're not loving God first and most. You're not loving your neighbor in the same way you love yourself. If so, then that means your opinion will end up being loud, annoying, phony, and empty. Paul says it even a little more stronger than that. He said that if you're not loving God first and most, if you're not loving your neighbor in the same way you love yourself, in some way, shape, or form, you will end up losing everything. Everything. So, with that in mind, it might be good for us to be careful about banging out too many of our opinions in the world. And we might also want to be careful about listening to too many other people and how they're banging out their opinions. And maybe what we need to do the most is to look for ways to love. To look for ways to pursue the greatest thing in the universe, love. The greatest of these is love. The greatest of these is love. The greatest of these is love. Much grace to you and your family.